Well, hello everyone. Thank you again so very much for sitting back down and joining me today. It is so very nice to meet you. If I have not already met you in some way, shape, form, or manner, my name is Ryan. And today we've got, I promised that I was going to try to wait the whole month. Excuse me, sinuses. And I did it. I was very tempted just to do a mid-month update because as you can see in the thumbnail, there was a couple of titles in this monthly pickups video collection update format that didn't make it into the shop because I didn't want to have to precariously hold that stack. I was very nervous about that, but we ended up getting past it. So, as you could tell by the title, as you could tell by the thumbnail, as you can tell by all of the missing gaps and the teetering cases, this is going to be the collection update for September 2020 because today is October 1st, 2020, or I'm filming this on October 1st, 2020. Probably going to end up getting a little bit better about releasing based on when I film. Because usually I'll film it and then like a week later I'll end up releasing it. So try to get a little bit better about that. So we've got, I don't even know how many titles. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22, which is 20 off from being the answer to life, the universe, and everything. We've got 22 titles here. Well, 22 cases, not just 22 titles. If we title-wise, it would be more, but we'll get to that in a second. So these are coming in some direct from companies. There's Amazon pickups. I get a lot of stuff from Grindhouse Video out of Tampa, Florida. I've mentioned Grindhouse before. I really, really dig what Mike does over there. He works incredibly hard to keeping that shop up and running, especially during everything that's going on. And it's not that far off from me. So he's got great prices. He's a great dude. And I can get him to me fairly quickly. So I really like supporting him a lot because a little peek behind the curtain. I lately kind of what I've been doing is for these more like label centric pickups that I'll do. I've been kind of focusing on a label a month, which I've been doing for a few, and that's been working out pretty good. It's kind of fun being able to go through the catalog and kind of see, what it is that I want to have and what it is that I really want to check out. And so when I've got that budget set aside for that, it's pretty much almost like once a week that I'm picking something up from Grindhouse. So let's go right ahead. September was Scream Factory, which probably would have been better for October, but ended up being for September. So you'll see a lot of Scream Factory pickups in here. So let's go to the very first one off the top. This one is an aerial video release. It's a title that I have not seen, and I have a couple of giallos in here to kind of further my giallocation. My education of giallo. And this is going to be Lucio Fulci's Don't Torture a Duckling. I've heard a lot of really good things about this film, the stylized nature of the film, and everything that Fulci had done with the giallo format, the genre, the style, everything that he brought to it. So I'm really, really excited. This is going to be a 2-disc. You've got the, it's a Blu-ray DVD, I believe, yes. Blu-ray DVD with a booklet inside all about the making of and the production and the legacy. This is the reversible artwork that's inside. I really like the commissioned. I used to be more of like a purist, like a bit of a a little snobby, I guess. But really, I've just kind of been going to whatever jazzes me at the time. And lately, for this one, the commissioned artwork is what's jazzing me. That's kind of what's revving the engines. So on here though, excuse me, we've got the original Italian and English soundtracks, which are lossless for the Blu-ray disc, English subtitles, optional English subtitles for deaf and hard of hearing, an audio commentary by Troy Howarth, a video discussion by Mikkel Koven, a video essay by Kat Ellinger, which that'll probably be the first feature that I watch when after I've seen this film. I love anything that Kat Ellinger does. In a 1988 audio interview with Fulci, interviews with the different actors, with the assistant editor Bruno Mattei, and makeup artist, and then the reversible sleeve. So that is Don't Torture a Duckling, the Arrow video release. This one came from Amazon because the price point dropped. Really, it was very affordable. I don't know if it's still at that price. I didn't check prior to this, but this is sort of me gearing up for, I guess this was like a little bit of gear up for October, and because I'm just, every day I'm getting more and more excited for when my pre-order comes for that Mill Creek 20 movie Hammer collection comes, because it's like, it's in November when the release date is, but every day I get more and more excited. So this was the 8-film Universal collection of Hammer horror. On here we have Brides of Dracula, which is a really good, a little bit underappreciated departure from the Dracula franchise. We have Night Creatures. I tried to do this from memory and I can't. Night Creatures, Curse of the Werewolf, Paranoiac, Kiss of the Vampire, Nightmare, Evil of Frankenstein, and The Phantom of the Opera, which I recently watched for the first time, The Phantom of the Opera, and I did not love it as much as I thought that I was going to. Herbert Lom is fantastic, and Patrick Troughton is in it, which is really fun, but I did not like it as much as I thought that I was going to. There's things that I liked, things I really liked, but ultimately I felt that the sum of the parts was not for me. For me, it was a bit of a slog in a lot of things, and the overall picture just really did not work for me, which is upsetting. Just because I was really excited for it. I was really excited to see Herbert Lom as the Phantom, but anyways, be that as it may, that's not for this video. This is for this video. So on here, I believe it's 2 films per disc, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, it's a 4-disc with 2 films per disc. And I want to say this was like $22 when I picked it up. Probably somewhere around there, just a little bit over 20. So that is the Hammer 8 movie collection. On here, another bit into the geolocation that I'll eventually get that term, or the term that I'm trying to create. I'll get it right. This is another Arrow video release. This is going to be Argento's Deep Red, which I've never seen. I've never seen Deep Red. So as much as I hear about Don't Torture a Duckling, I hear more about Deep Red, obviously. So this is really exciting. I'm very excited to check this one out. Single disc, single Blu-ray disc. This is the reversible artwork, which is really kind of creepy. And on here, oh, now I can't get it back in. No, I can't. Oh no, wait. I think originally that was a hard one for me to go, because I was going back and forth between these different artworks, and I ended up just settling on this one, on the newly commissioned, because it's I don't know, I think it's really sharp. So on here, brand new restoration from a 4K scan. We've got, what do we have here? We have the English subtitles. We have a commentary with Thomas Rostock, an introduction to the film by Claudio Simonetti of Goblin, a visual essay by Michael McKenzie, let's see, like it looks like a whole feature on Argento, and a tour through the Profondo Rosso shop in Rome with longtime Argento collaborator Luigi Cozzi. Italian trailer, reversible artwork. So Deep Red, very excited. This one, I didn't go in for the big bundle box set of this one, and I am a little bit annoyed at myself that I didn't go with it. I think you can still pick it up, but I didn't do it. I just went with the standalone, and I haven't checked it out yet in this format, but this is one of my seminal childhood favorite films. I still watch this movie all the time, and I've now had it on every single format since VHS. I had a VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, and now 4K with Beetlejuice. What more really needs to be said about Beetlejuice? Beetlejuice is a phenomenal film. It is hilarious. It's dark. It is one of Tim Burton's best for this sort of style. It's not my favorite movie of his, but it's an incredible film. and the legacy that it has maintained over all these years. When we had in the '90s the animated television show, which there's not a whole lot of special features on this disc, but 3 episodes from that TV show are featured on here, which is really, really cool. And I think there's just like a little, yeah, it's just 3 episodes and a trailer. So really kind of weak on the features, but having those episodes is really, really cool. I think that's a really neat feature. But yeah, the legacy that it's maintained, especially nowadays, with the Beetlejuice Broadway musical, which has reignited a lot of love and reignited nostalgic love for Beetlejuice, which I think is absolutely fantastic, because the Broadway show itself is it's phenomenal. It's very, very funny. The songs are really, really good. Alex Brightman does a fantastic portrayal of the bioexorcist himself. So I think, I mean, definitely listen to the OBC of Beetlejuice. I think that you'd be very, very pleasantly surprised, especially if you like musicals, because it's very, very funny. It keeps into the nature of the film, and it's very meta in a lot of places, talking about the fact that it is a adaptation. So Beetlejuice, not much more that needs to be said there. This one I'm currently in the process of watching. This is going to be the follow-up prequel to Ultraman Orb, and this is Ultraman Orb Origins, the Origins saga, put up by Mill Creek. This contains the 12-part miniseries. It was a miniseries that was put for Amazon Japan. I'm a little over halfway through, and it includes the bonus movie as well, which is Ultra Fight Orb, I believe. Yes, Ultra Fight Orb. So I'm a little bit beyond midway through with this, and I'm absolutely loving it. It's honestly, I've heard people say that, you know, it's not as good as Orb, but it's very good, which I agree. It's very good, but I'm really having a hard time deciding which one I like better because this is not following the Ultraman template. This is definitely a continuous story. Every episode is to be continued. But there's so much going on in here, and I'm really, really loving it. I mean, there's really, the fact that I can continue on with Guy and Juggler after Orb ended is phenomenal to me. So yeah, really, really, really digging that show. And I will talk more about it once I've completed it, but that was picked up during this month. So this one, this is going to be this is the Arrow 4K of Pitch Black, which I have not seen in such a long time. I probably haven't seen it since probably like a friend's older brother had rented it on VHS and we watched it. And so I haven't seen that since that time. I remember Chronicles of Riddick more, which is strange, I guess. But Chronicles of Riddick, I went and saw in theaters. Pitch Black, I probably saw maybe a few years or a couple of years before, or maybe even the same year that I saw Chronicles of Riddick. So it's been a long time since I've seen Pitch Black, and there's a couple of scenes, especially with the creatures that really stick in my mind. But the overall film itself, I'm really forgetful of. So I'm really excited to be able to revisit it in this format. The reversible sleeve is really, really cool on this one because you have your choice. You've got Riddick in the nighttime or Riddick in the day with the goggles off, goggles on. Very, very cool. We have a whole booklet in here, sorry. It'd be kind of weird if the booklet was just taped onto the case. That wouldn't be very good for presentation. So we have a whole booklet in here. I'm really bad at putting these sleeves back in today. I usually, mainly because nobody wants to see how anal that I am about lining everything up, and it would make for really poor content. And as I'm talking about how boring it would be, I'm doing it. So we'll stop that. There's so many features on here. I'm not even going to go into all of these, but I mean, as you can see, there's so much that's packed onto here, which is going to be a delight, definitely a delight to go through. So be able to revisit it and to revisit it in 4K, I'm definitely excited. So let's see, we have, here's probably, I think this would be the start. Yeah, this is the start of the Scream Factory pickups. This is one of my all-time favorite movies. This is one of the movies, to me, it's not, I don't know if I have one movie that sums up Halloween for me, but this is one of those. And this is one of, if not my favorite, anthology film, because this movie really, really does mean a lot for me. What was this made? 2005? 2007. 2007, and that is going to be Trick or Treat. I've seen this movie so many times. I adore this movie. I adore all of the individual vignettes, the individual stories, and the greater story that's going on. That's going on in the background. It doesn't connect every single part, but it is a grander story that's going on in the background as well, especially with the character of Sam, who the mascot of Halloween, the unofficial mascot of Halloween. So really, really love this movie, and this is definitely one that I'm going to be watching this month, just to revisit it. I don't know if my wife has ever seen it or not, so I definitely will be giving that to her. There's a bunch of really great features on here. There's some interviews with writer and director Michael Dougherty. Not Daughtry. Remember Daughtry? Chris Daughtry? What was that American Idol? That really weird, like, alt-rock, whatever. A bunch of different interviews. There's an audio commentary. And one of the cool things is that they have the animated short that inspired the film that Michael Dougherty made, which was Season's Greetings, that brought the character of Sam to life. That's featured on here. So very, very, very cool. These next two are like a lot of people that picked it up, this is the revival of Vestron Video, when everybody thought we were never going to get any more titles from Vestron. We ended up getting two. We got Little Monsters and Shivers. Shivers, I have never ever seen. This is a Cronenberg film, which I'm sure the movie itself is not like it at all, but it seems a little bit almost like a bit of Rabid in a way, which Rabid is an amazing movie, but it's just this mix of like body horror and sexual desire that seems a little bit kind of like what he did with Rabid. And this is 1975, and there's two audio commentaries, one with Cronenberg, which is going to be great. His commentaries are very, very insightful, if not a little bit dry sometimes. Bunch of different interviews and featurettes on here with this nice, shiny slipcover. And Little Monsters I haven't seen probably since I was a kid. I've got nostalgia for it. Like, there's things like I remember Howie Mandel peeing in apple juice and that sort of stuff, but I don't have a deep-rooted nostalgia to where I saw it so many times that I remember the film very fondly. I remember the film, but it's not as cemented in my brain as something like Beetlejuice. So this will be a good revisit for me. I don't know if my oldest is. She could probably watch this, I would imagine. I'll find out when I revisit it. But I remember really enjoying the movie. I don't know if that will hold up, if it's just very much a product of its time that doesn't translate as well, but we'll see. Nice, back when Fred Savage was everywhere. So this film I picked up for $3 at Second and Charles. They've been doing like these inventory cleanouts. And every now and then they the boxes are updated. And I've never seen this film. I've listened to the score because besides the film itself, the score is what's talked about so much because it's really popular with the synthwave and outrun community. And but I've never actually seen it, and that's going to be Drive. I've never seen Drive, so I'm really, really excited to check it out. I adore Ryan Gosling. Who doesn't? I know we've got Ron Perlman in here. Bryan Cranston is in here. So really, Oscar Isaac is in here as well. Very, very excited to check out Drive. I've heard a lot of really good things. This one I have pre-ordered. This is going to be the reissue of the Vincent Price collection. The first Vincent Price collection that Scream Factory had put out. This is the reissue. I know that on here, the PBS introductions that Vincent Price had done for these films is not included on here because they were not able to either like re-secure the rights, I believe was correct, and there was legality to where they could not do those again. So if you still have the original, then you've got something that I don't. So on here there are 6 films on here. we've got about 2 films per disc in this 4 discs, with the exception of the last 2, right? Let me double check. Yes, of the last 2. We got 2 films per disc, a single film that includes the theatrical and extended cut, and then a single film. And on here we have the Corman classics of Pit and the Pendulum, Mask of the Red Death, Fall of the House of Usher, and The Haunted Palace. But then there's 2 that I've actually never seen. I don't know if I've seen The Haunted Palace. And the Corman films I wouldn't have seen for a very long time. But I don't remember if I have seen The Haunted Palace, if I've seen The Haunted Palace or not. But there is The Abominable Dr. Phoebes? I'm not sure. I haven't seen that one. And Witchfinder General, which I have not seen as well. So very excited to kind of revisit all of these and check out some new ones. I'm going to be checking it. I'm going to be watching like Pit and the Pendulum and Mask of the Red Death during this month, of course. I mean, obviously, there's never... You don't need a reason for the season to watch horror movies. You don't need a reason to watch Vincent Price movies, but I don't know. It seemed like it'd be a good time to sort of watch them. And if I probably would have gotten started in September, in all honesty, but I had some other stuff that I wanted to watch ahead of time. But there's a really great booklet in here with a lot of good information, a lot of really fantastic stills. I like this. This is really just fantastic. Lot of really great stills and poster galleries that are found in there. So that is going to be the Vincent Price collection. I had pre-ordered that one from Shout Factory directly, I believe. Yes, I did. So let me get everything back in, and we'll go on to the next one. This next one is another Scream Factory, because I'm just gonna start vamping up the next one while I attempt to get that back in. This is another Scream Factory. I picked this one up from Grindhouse Video, and this one came because of a podcast that I am a very big fan of, that I'm a heavy promoter of. I'm a heavy promoter of all of the content creators that I really enjoy. I'm terrible at promoting my own content. I spend more time promoting other contents, because as much as I do like to create, I like to... consume sounds like a bad word, but that's what I mean. I like to, consume content as much as I like to create content. So I find myself promoting the people that I enjoy more than myself. But yeah, whatever. We're all in this together. And I'm sorry, I didn't even mention it. It's Cobwebs, a Gothic Cinema podcast with Daniel Epler. Daniel did a fantastic series. It's a 4-part series. I recommend you listen to every single one, and just the rest of the episodes while you're at it. All about Dark Castle, and which was the late 90s, early aughts. Originally kind of set to be this revival of being remakes of William Castle films, and they only did a few of them. And then ended up making some other movies, some fantastic, some not so fantastic. And this is one that I remember from when it came out. And I don't think I saw this like the very same year. It was probably a couple of years later. And I remember really enjoying this film. And that was probably the last time that I've seen it. And I had seen the original on probably cable around October, maybe like on like a TCM or something, years and years ago. And but this remake itself I have not seen since about that time that it came out. And that is going to be 13 Ghosts. I remember really enjoying 13 Ghosts, and I'm excited to go back into it. The one thing that I remember more than anything, I remember Matthew Lillard more than anything, but one of the things that I always remember is the worst cover, one of the worst covers in film history of the last, 20 years. It's just so bad. The idea is solid. The execution is horrible. Because, especially around if you were frequenting video stores in the early aughts, you saw this all the time. And probably as a kid, I thought that was kind of creepy, because I can definitely see, my age now, this would really sort of just like put you off to it. But be that as it may, that's why I like that I was able to get mine with the slipcover, because now I can have the best of both worlds in a way. On there. So I'm excited to go back into this one. There is interviews with Shannon Elizabeth, John DeSantis, the producers, audio commentary with the director, a couple of featurettes, and a trailer. So very excited to go back into 13 Ghosts. This is another Scream Factory release that I picked up from Grindhouse. This is one that I really, really like this movie. And I'm pretty sure this is the director's cut, and I'm pretty sure that was the version that I saw, because I know that the theatrical cut was one of the reasons why the film did so poorly, because so much of the, I did see the director's cut. The theatrical cut took out so much of what made the film run in sequence, to where in the theatrical cut, it is very jagged and a little bit uneven, whereas the director's cut, it flows a lot more smoothly. And that is going to be Clive Barker. Did he directed this one as well, right? Yes, Clive Barker's Nightbreed. This is based off of his novella Cabal, which I highly, highly recommend that you read Cabal. It's phenomenal, but it's sort of hard. Do I enjoy the novella Cabal more than I enjoy Nightbreed? I don't really know, because I really like that Clive Barker helmed a lot of his own creations with the film adaptations, and I just like being able to see Midian and go into the world of Midian and have Cronenberg as a serial killer. I mean, come on, that's absolutely amazing. I really, really enjoy Nightbreed. On here, this is the 2-disc, that's a Blu-ray DVD combo. This is the reversible artwork, which is great. I do love the Midian gang, as it were. But I've always really enjoyed that cover. It's a lot more menacing. Because there is some goofy stuff in Nightbreed, but I think that this is a little bit more telling. It captures the feel of the film more. What do we have on here, special feature wise? We have the director's cut. Okay, so it was 40 minutes that were taken off of the theatrical cut, and this is not 40 minutes of extraneous footage or anything like that. I mean, a lot of times this is stuff that you need to get from point A to point B. So if you've only seen the theatrical cut of Nightbreed, or if you just remember Nightbreed as really not working for you, give it a try if it's been a long time, or if you've just never seen it with the unaltered version, the full version. Highly recommend it. I'm a big fan of it. The special effects and the makeup are fantastic. What else do we have on here? We have an introduction by Clive Barker, audio commentary with the restoration producer, new interviews, theatrical trailer, all of that good stuff. So very, very excited. If you've never read Clive Barker's work too, definitely read. Read Cabal, read the Books of Blood, Hellbound Heart, which is Hellraiser. I can't remember the exact title of it, but the short story that became Candyman is in the Books of Blood series, as well as Midnight Meat Train, as well as Rawhead Rex. A lot of really great stuff in there. His novels are a little bit more of a slog. He makes Stephen King seem to the point when it comes to very descriptive and flowery language, but like The Great and Secret Show is fantastic. He's not just horror. He does a lot of the fantastic, so I really highly recommend him. These next three are my pickups of getting into the Paramount Presents line, and only one of these I've ever seen before. So I really like these Paramount Presents lines. I really like when studios are going back into their catalog and giving us much more prestigious forms of these films. So let's go with, let's see, I've got numbers 1, 4, and 6. So the first one that I have not seen that, oh man, I hear so much about it to where me saying that I have not seen it has probably made some people angry. But that's okay. That's okay. You can be angry. That's Fatal Attraction. I've never ever seen Fatal Attraction before. Michael Douglas and who else? Glenn Close. So yeah, I've never ever seen Fatal Attraction. But what I really, really enjoy about these Paramount Presents is the slips. Nothing really too different. We do have interior artwork, but it's this. What? That didn't happen. It's this little fold out right here. How cool is that? That's really, really neat. It makes for the slip being a little disjointed sometimes, but I think that the execution is very nice. Really, really like that. So that will be one to check out. This one I have seen. It's been a very, very long time since I've seen it, but I really enjoyed this movie. And I'm excited to go back into it. I think my wife would really enjoy it as well. That is Flashdance. She knows the songs from Flashdance and the song from Flashdance like most people, but I don't think she's ever seen the film, so I think she would really, really enjoy it. This is the interior. Like, this is just really cool for me. I really, really enjoy this kind of stuff. I didn't really go into special features wise. They do things like filmmaker focus that they're doing on these special features, and they have some of the original features that were ported over from the previous releases. But they have a filmmaker focus on director Adrian Lyne discussing Fatal Attraction. Some commentary about the director, rehearsal footage, and an alternate ending on Fatal Attraction. On Flashdance, we have a another filmmaker focus with Adrian Lyne on Flashdance. The special features include the look of Flashdance, the Flashdance phenomena, and the trailer. And then this one, actually the reason that I picked these three up, because they're at really good prices. I got these from Amazon. There is a really good episode of the Just the Disc podcast, Brian Sauer, which you should definitely be listening to and watching on YouTube, as he now has a YouTube channel. But he did a lovely discussion with his wife on Pretty in Pink. And I've never seen Pretty in Pink, but it's been one of those movies that that over time has definitely been spoiled for me to a degree, because the ending is very divisive as to the believability of it and the classism of John Hughes, as to where I've always heard differing opinions about the ending. So it's it hadn't turned me off from watching the film. I just never had. And hearing them discuss it really sparked an interest in watching this film and seeing where I fit into it. Because it's one of the few Hughes films that I haven't seen. This was written by Hughes. It was directed by Howard Deutsch, I believe. Howard Deutsch directed it, written by John Hughes. It's just really cool. I really, really like that stuff. So I'm excited to go into here. There's a filmmaker focus on Howard Deutsch, an isolated score, the original ending, and the theatrical trailer. So I'm very excited to check this one out, because that may be one of the, or maybe the only classic era Molly Ringwald movies that I haven't seen either. So so Pretty in Pink is checking off a few different boxes for me. I've got a few now here from Severin. If you saw my Severin haul video, there was one title that was missing, and that was this one, The Boys Next Door. It came in with what I'm about to showcase now. This is a Charlie Sheen. I have not seen this film at all. The 80s teen movie turned harrowing, frightening, and all too real. A lot of really great special features on here as well. So I've heard some great things about Boys Next Door. This is what I had picked up, and this is what came into it, because I picked up the Cruel Jaws bundle. I didn't go for the Cruelest bundle, which had the toilet seat decal, the novelization, the squirt gun. I should have. I really want that novelization, and I'm really upset that I didn't get it. But so we have the limited edition slipcover of Cruel Jaws, which was was it Italy that marketed it as Jaws 5? Because I can't remember exactly where it was marketed as Jaws 5. I'm pretty sure it'd be Italy. This is Bruno Mattei's Cruel Jaws under his pseudonym of William Snyder. And there's a lot of great stuff in here. You've got the original home video release, and then the Japanese cut that had some additional scenes of violence that, of course, Severin titled the Snyder Cut, which is really funny. A lot of really great stuff in here. This movie is infamous. It really is, and I'm very excited to check it out. Severin's slip cases are so snug. So snug. All right, there we go. We got that over there. A lot of really great stuff. The Troll 2 of Killer Shark movies. This is the one that I like. Is with Cruel Jaws, Bruno Mattei has made trash movie magic. That's a really if I ever made a movie like Cruel Jaws, that would be or a film like Bruno Mattei makes, that would kind of be the opinion that I would hope to inspire. So this is Cruel Jaws, but I did not just go for that one, because I said I got the bundle. So what I also got is Primitives. I can show this one. I'm pretty sure it's just a little bit graphic, but no explicit nudity on this one. This is going to be a cannibal film. I believe it's out of Singapore, if I'm not mistaken. Can I show the front of it? Yep. Just scenes of violence, which is totally fine. This furnace, I believe it's out of Singapore. Indonesia's cannibal classic. Insanely gory and utterly shameless. Its gross out moments and lapses in logic must be seen to be believed. So let's see, what else do we have? We've got we got an interview with the producer, an interview with the screenwriter, trailer, and an alternate title sequence. So Primitives, as I said, oh no, that one went in very, very easily. And then this next one, I cannot show you the limited edition slip that comes with it. I can show you the back of it though. This is gonna be Massacre in Dinosaur Valley, which I hear it's just like Indiana Jones on acid with no sense of how to make an Indiana Jones movie. So I'm really, really excited. Can I show this cover as well? All right, well, what I'll do is I'll just do this, just in case. Massacre in Dinosaur Valley, just look at that. Doesn't that just look like a really, really good time? It looks like an amazing time to me. So we have a poor man's Indiana Jones by way of Bruce Campbell. Pure exploitative entertainment at its best. Uncut and remastered in 4K for the first time ever in America. So it says it's a film that only could have been directed by an Italian during the 80s, which is fantastic. We got an interview with the actors, with the co-writers, deleted and extended scenes, trailer, and Italian credits. Again, Massacre in Dinosaur Valley to complete the Severin Cruel Jaws bundle. I will be digging into these very, very soon, especially Cruel Jaws. Cruel Jaws I may put on tonight. We'll see. So to continue going into the Ultraman releases that Mill Creek has been putting out. This is the 5th series in the classic Ultraman. This dropped to like $16 on Amazon. I had to snag it up. This is going to be Ultraman Ace. And of course, I'm always going with these so that I can complete this mural. So I've got 1, 2, and 5. I really wanted to get them in sequence so that I could kind of watch them in sequence and watch the mural come to life. But I could not beat the price point. And you can watch them out of order for sure. So let's see what we have here. Because we're running pretty long. So but we're almost done. We've got a always fantastic information and episode guide. Does this have, I didn't look to see if this had, I know you've got all of the characters on here, which is great. Does this have the kaiju list? Usually they always have the kaiju list. We've got our hero profile. Yep. I love it. I love the kaiju guide. We've got our hero profile as well. And then over here, the interior artwork, we'll say. And usually they're running at about 5 to 8 episodes per disc. This one's doing a little bit more on this one. We've got, looks like about 9 episodes per disc, which is totally fine. It's an 8-disc set, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. 6-disc set. But we've got individual artwork on every single disc. So very, very cool. Always grateful for this type of, it's a lot of prestige. That's a lot of love and care to have such an amazing series of releases for this series, and I'm really enjoying exploring this series as well as a newcomer to Ultraman. So this is definitely a lot of fun for me. And this very last one, I don't know if I've seen it, in all honesty. I may have, because the idea and certain shots when I'm looking at it look incredibly familiar, but it's to the point where I really probably could not tell you any individual scenes. So if I have seen it, it's been to the point where I don't remember it, and that's not going to be any sort of slight on the film, because I just don't remember it. But at that time that I would have seen it, I was consuming so many random horror movies because, when you're a kid, you don't have a job, you don't have responsibilities at the time, so you're just watching movies that your parents tell you shouldn't watch. And after a while, they start to bleed into each other in my memory. So I'll be either experiencing it for the first time, or I'm pretty sure re-experiencing it, which is sort of almost the same thing where it is in my memory. But that is going to be the original, maybe the original? They say the ultimate driller killer in Slumber Party Massacre. It's put up by Scream Factory, and this dropped down to like $10 on Amazon, so I had to snag it up. So yeah, I don't remember, like, there's scenes, like, a lot of this looks very familiar, but I I couldn't run an actual scene in my memory, so that's why I'm more interested just to see it. Almost to see it, I'm more interested to watch it just to see if I have seen it, because I'm pretty sure I have, but I don't know, it's been a long time. Oh, we've got the making of on here, the audio commentary with the director and actors, and the theatrical trailer as well. It's going to be a single Blu-ray set with the escaped asylum patient who is terrorizing the high school slumber party with his power drill. So very excited. Slumber Party Massacre. Probably watch this in October as well. So guys, 42 minutes is where we're at, because I don't think I've had anything where I've got to cut in. Maybe a little bit less depending on if I have to do some editing. But 42 minutes of me talking about everything that was picked up during the month of September. It was quite a bit. I should have done a mid-month, but I didn't. I committed, I stayed firm, and I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did like it, please be sure to hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button as well for more additional content. We've got these collection update videos, sale hauls, individual reviews, box set reviews, that sort of stuff, with much, much more coming along down the pipelines. If you have an opinion on any of, there's a lot that you could have an opinion on, but if you do, please be sure to let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. All of my individual social media and content information can be found in the description box down below. But other than that, that is all that I've got for you today. Yep, that's all that I've got. So again, I really hope that you enjoyed this episode, this video, this installment. I really do. And I also hope that you enjoy the rest of your day.